What's up, everybody? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we do always start the show by being transparent. Uh, man, first of all, yesterday, just an extension from the day before, it just really pissed me off the way that game ended. Tied with 3 minutes left. Angel Reese hits a three, and they go on to, win by 9, and I lose by the hook. So it was annoying, and another annoying ending to a game. That was my 5% play yesterday. And then this morning, I just made a bad bet, I guess. I bet the Sun um, fire under, and it did not get there. So I lost three in a row. Things have still been pretty good, but three in a row, two of the games I feel like I should have won. So it's annoying, but I'm gonna get back on track. Veno, it's good to be back with you. How's everything on your end? I think you had a winner yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
We did. We had the Minnesota Phoenix game over the total. Left it here as a best bet. Phoenix did their part. They did bounce back offensively. And certainly Minnesota had their way. High scoring game, 104-100 final. Didn't play this morning, but I could definitely understand the logic in under there. I mean, you're playing at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and Portland's been on an extended road trip. You would think those games you might be half asleep, but Connecticut, since they went to that Twin Towers offense, been pretty decent. Or starting lineup, at least, not offense, but starting lineup, been pretty decent. Quick note for those who care to take this stuff down: Connecticut's now 12-3 against the spread first half in their last 15 games. Fast starters throw a lot of games away in the second half. Almost threw this one away today, but yeah, they've been really good first half team. Put that in the notebook.
All right, let's get to today. We do have one other game because the first game was an early morning game. That one is Mystics and Tempo. Looks like Tempo +2 and total of 171 and a half. Nobody on the injury report for the Mystics. Kiki Rice, Brittany Sykes. I mean, the same usual suspects for the Tempo not playing. Um, Tempo are coming off a win. Tempo have been playing at home quite a bit lately. Tempo have lost to the Mystics twice already this season. Is it maybe a situation where, I mean, the chat is saying, you know, looking at these situations, it's hard to beat a team three times in the WNBA. Do the Tempo have a chance to win here tonight, Bino?
Well, certainly they have a chance. Washington is a road favorite. Is not the best thing in the world. 1-4 with one push. Or excuse me, 1-2 is a road favorite, but the other side is 1-4 with a push as a home dog. So you don't have good situationals from a technical aspect for either side here. But you're right, they played twice. I would take the opening night game Skee and kind of throw that one out. It was Toronto's season home opener, 68-65, kind of a messy game. Nobody played well. Second game was 86-85, Washington -1, so the game pushes. Mystics at that time had no Kiki Riafen, and for Toronto, they had no Sabali and no Kiki Rice. So you had some injuries in that game as well. 86-85 final. Couple of notes here I'll just run by as far as trends are concerned, and they're heavy trends. Washington is 11-1 under 172 points their last 12 games. And you need 172 if you're going to bet over here. The market seems to bet over, but 11-1 under that number. I don't think I want to jump on that bandwagon. Washington also 10-1 to the under in the first half, their last 11 games. That number, I think, when I looked, was 84.5. Washington, huge under team first half, huge under team as far as this particular number full game is concerned. But Toronto's the opposite, right? They're 9-2 over in their last 11 games. They have to score. They play with speed. They play with tempo. They're 5-2 over the total without Sykes and Rice. So they found a way to score, mostly Marina Mabry, who's been a handful for Washington to defend. It's interesting, Skee, because you get that contrast here, right? The other side, Washington, has the interior presence to, have their way against Toronto, who doesn't defend well inside. But Toronto's got good guard play on the outside that could take advantage of Washington. So both games, like we say, have been close, a 3-point win and a 1-point win. Sits right in with the point spread. I got to tell you, I didn't play this game. I probably won't because there's just too many contradicting things here for me. It's really hard to bet a total over with the Mystics right now, but really hard to bet an under where the tempo are concerned. So total kind of leaves me on the sidelines.
Yeah, I think I would. I could be interested in the tempo at home here. To build on that last win and get a little bit of revenge here. I know I don't really like playing with the Mystics. That's not the role that I left Washington in. So that's what I'll have for this one. So that's all. That's the only game that we have for today. Um, Before we get to best bets, let's go ahead and toss some of this stuff up. It is $5 Tuesday. So I personally don't have a play up yet. Vino probably does. You can find it on his page. A best bet for just $5. Other than that, I'll put this up there. We do still have the 2-for-1 3-day all access, only $69. A lot of different ways to get involved. And last but not least, well, actually, no, I'm gonna pass it to you, Vino. Anything else you like to promote and a best bet for the show, if you have one.
Well, we like those two promotions, so we'll ask anybody who's inclined to get on board that those are the two best promos I think we have here. Skee. I don't even have a 5 play up at Wager Talk, or a $5 Tuesday play up at Wager Talk right now. Skee. This card was so limited. I'm looking at tomorrow's WNBA to see if I can do something there with a $5 play. That's how I did it last week. But every time I bet, and I know we've had this conversation, every time I make a play a day ahead of time, that injury report just takes me right right to school. So I don't know if I even want to make a play ahead of time. Could look at the CFL for some action with this $5 play. It's about the only other direction I have. And I could also, there is, if you're already on board, guys, there is a summer league play up and available right now. It's just not the $5 play. So if you have a package currently, then you've gotten that play. If you want that play, go ahead and purchase the 6 for 3 or whatever, and you'll get the summer league. I could tack on there. The deal with summer league is that this is the point where they start to rest kind of the core guys that they don't want to get hurt, and so we have to wait forever. It's probably worse than waiting for NBA and WNBA injury reports to come out. But one is up already. You can have that at wagertalk.com. No best bet for today.
Yeah, I don't have a bet either. But I am gonna shout this out. You can get the NBA early bird and get the rest of WNBA free. They did put that up for me, and it shows that over the last 2 years, I am 14-5 in my 5%. You can see the unit counts of over 120 units basketball this season. So did want to shout that out before we get out of here. Vino, always appreciate you taking the time to cap the games with me. Chat, we appreciate you all as well. Best of luck on your action tonight. Tomorrow it's 2 early games again and one more evening game. So we'll have one more game to talk about tomorrow, and we'll catch you guys then.